Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it.
My name is Charles. My name is Charles Wiley, and we here. Come on in. My name is Charles Wiley, and we're here dealing with the violence in the community. This is the first Let's Get It Productions Stop the Violence Solution Forum right here at 7617 Reading Road. I'd like to go back a minute first. My nephew, Monroe Turner Wiley, he died to gun violence back in 2018. And he has survived being burnt up as a baby. It was a fire in the home, and he was severely burnt, where he had burns all over his face and all over his body. So when he talked, sometimes saliva would come out. And moving fast forward, well, his sister, she didn't make it when they was in the fire. Moving fast forward, he was a great young man. Loved everybody. He had the spirit of my family. I have a large family. My family is very loving, do a lot for the community, and just do a lot for family. That's the kind of family I come from. So he lived down at Stanley Road. I used to tell him, you need to move. He said, Uncle, I can't afford to live nowhere else, because he was on disability. So the kids would beat on his door and talk about it, because it's kids, kids things. I don't blame them. They kids do what they do, and they see somebody different, they would make fun of you. So he actually caught one of the kids and was fussing at him, arguing at him. And this is from what they told our family, that because I don't know what happened. I wasn't there, but I'm just going by what they told us. So the kid went and told his mom, and his mom came and was arguing at him. They was arguing, but some spit came out of his mouth, got on the mom, which that's you can see burnt up and see how he talked. So from that point on, he ended up getting shot in the back 5 times down at Stanley Road. To this day, his murder, it's an unsolved murder, unsolved case. Now my son, Devon Trotter, right here, I got him at the age of 9. Me and my wife was therapeutic foster parents for almost 20 years. I got him at the age of 9. Now this kid, he had a lot of issues, but nobody would take him. No one would take him. I'm talking no one. The case manager told me no one wanted him because he came with severe baggage. And I'm talking nobody in the community would take him, no foster parents would take him, no family members would take him. And when they was talking, they was like, Charles, you and Miss Wiley are our best foster parents. We want to know if y'all would take him. So they giving us all this stuff about it. I remember it to this day. And everything was negative. Only thing was positive was that they said he likes to play football. And I said, football? I said, I'll take him, because I coach football. I coach my son, him and my son the same age. I said, I'll take him. My wife looked at me like, what did you just say? So he came in the home, and it was really trying, and it was trying. So what I did, and I teach my kids here critical thinking skills. You can look at them on the board back there. Make sure you get a picture of that. I teach my kids chess. I learned chess at the age of, in the 7th grade. Because one thing about chess, if you connect chess with critical thinking skills, if kids can learn to move 1, 2, 3, think 4 steps ahead. I help them understand, if you can learn that, you can learn when you're out in the streets, when you're out in the community. If your friend tell you, let's go rob somebody or let's go steal something, now them radars come in your brain, you thinking like chess mode. If I go with them, I might end up in jail, I might end up parents call, somebody might end up dead. So you think like that. I'm gonna give you an example of myself. We always kids. I remember growing up in the projects in Lincoln Heights. My friends would go to the leather store. They would break in and steal the leather belts and all that. We was kids. But I had those, I always been like this. So I would go and they was breaking the candy stores to take stuff out of there. So I would go, but I stayed in the woods and my brain, I stayed in the woods, let them go do what they do. Then we came home and they was giving candy to the whole community, which is, I'm laughing at it because it's not funny, but that's I learned that at a young age. It's like, no, I'm not going over here with y'all. But being a kid, that peer pressure, I went with them, but I did not break in. I did not steal anything. I was just watching. And then when they came, we went back, they was just passing candy out. So I trained my youth, critical thinking skills. You got to think about things before you react. And then also train them de-escalation, because right now in our community, I tell our community, I tell adults, I tell young people, don't argue with no one. I don't care who you are. If somebody arguing, even if you're driving and somebody give you the finger, I done had that happen to me so many times. They give me a finger, I'll be like, hey, what's happening? And they look at me like I'm crazy, and I keep on going. But, moving with my son, this kid, he was straight up student. Devon was straight up when we got it. Me and my wife was able to transform him because of our values, because of what we believe in. He graduated with a 3.5 GPA. He graduated A's and B's. He turned into former Bengals player Mike Martin. He was a superstar football player for Mike Martin. Those are the values that we instilled in him. And but I also, I told the foster agencies is that we need a program out here for when our kids emancipate out of foster care. A lot of these kids on medication. A lot of these kids are schizophrenic, bipolar. They have issues, and they emancipate out of the system. So y'all ain't getting paid no more. So y'all kick them off to the curb. That's part of the problem also, that we got a lot of these kids out here. So, I stayed in touch with Devon much as I could. He would call me, Pops, what you doing? He would come by, visit, bring his kids by, and stayed in touch. But he moved on and was doing different things. And he also was working on getting his license. He said, Pops, I want you to show me how to start my own business. So, we was working on that. So with that, my cry out is to the community. When somebody get killed in our family or community, this is what we do. We grieve for a minute, and then not everybody, because we got a lot of people out here fighting. That's why I have Pastor Mingo up here, because he's been fighting for a long time. You're gonna hear from him in a minute. So we go back to business as usual. We cannot anymore go back to business as usual because our community is dying, you guys. You guys go to work every day. I know you got your own family, but it's spreading, man. This up here, y'all see these young men up here? They have like so many copies of unsolved murders in our community. Our community is dying, and I call it the three deaths. And the reason why I call it the three deaths is because, young men, I want you to listen to this. If you listening, when you go out here and you shoot somebody because you mad at them, because you arguing with them, or you don't like them, okay, you kill that individual. But who you kill that individual, but you killing their family. Just like me right now, my spirits is down, but I'm not broken. You kill your people's families, and then when you get caught, because you will get caught, now you done killed your family. So you done killed my family, your family, and most importantly, you killing our community. We have so many people out here that's trying their best to do great in the community. We have so many people that's out here working, and they would do anything for you. Just come and talk to us, because enough is enough, man. And I'm not that one. I'm one of these individuals, people that know me. I believe in not giving up. So I'm not gonna give up on you because I love you, whoever you are out there. I'm not gonna give up on my community because I love you. That's how my mom brought me up. I'm the youngest of 10 from the projects. I was labeled least likely to succeed in life. I was you. I was out here. And I had to make up in my mind, I want to be better than what society say who we are. So with that, I'm gonna pass this to, and we have some other individuals here that have family members whose lives have been taken, and few don't want to talk, and if anybody want to tell about the person in your life, because that's how they live on from us fighting and making sure these murders get solved. And before Pastor Mingo, I want to call out our detective, Cincinnati Police. You know, we have a lot of police officers, good officers. We have some bad officers. We have a lot of good black individuals out here handling business. We have a lot of black individuals that's not handling business. We have a lot of white people handling business. We have a lot of whites that's not handling business. So I'm saying to everyone, it's time to come together and we take our community back and we let them know we need these individuals to be found and locked up. With that, we'll Pastor Mingo. I look up to Pastor Mingo. I've been around him so long. He's been fighting this fight. He's been a part of this for like decades and he don't stop. He's like Timex. I'm gonna start calling him Timex. All right? All right, Pastor Mingo.
Man. And I look at the work that Charles has done in the community, and it has basically given birth to a change. I come from a blended family. I would say 3 blended families of 26 kids. In order of birth, I'm the 6th oldest son, but right now I'm the oldest out of 15 boys. 5 older than me are deceased. 4 of my brothers have been victims of gun violence. And what we try to teach each other and our children is how to love each other. My wife's only brother has also been a victim of gun violence. And so we look at the situation out there, and if you want to get rid of a people, you basically show them how to get rid of each other. And we try to teach our children and teach everyone we know and come in contact with how to love themselves. Because you have to fall in love with yourself before you can ever love anybody else. And if you love yourself, you're not gonna kill something that looks like you, because you've got that connection with them. I was the program manager for SIRV, Cincinnati Initiative to Reduce Violence, from 2002 to 2019. We responded to every homicide. We provided the mentoring. We provided basically aftercare for parents. And one thing that we noticed is that there was someone in the crowd, whenever we got there, who knew what had happened, but would not talk to the police, but would sometimes talk to us. And we also found out that there were a lot of people with very, very, very low self-esteem. A lot of the young men and young women who are carrying weapons, they've got extremely low self-esteem. And they take every offense seriously. They take it as a challenge. And so we try to let them know that basically you are loved. You could have been some of the millions that was aborted, but your mother saw fit to bring you into this world. And that God has a purpose for you. Find that purpose. It may be mentoring. It may be even fathering a child who's going to become great. We founded an event called the Cincinnati Peace Bowl Youth Football Classic in 1997. And we bring together the young men from all over the city, matter of fact, the tri-state, because we believe that if you can get these young men at an early age and have them in fellowship with each other, get to know each other at a young age, it would carry on up to they reach their teens and they become profitable young men in the community. And so we've been doing that now since, so long it seems like, but we've seen benefits of it. A lot of these young men are in business, some are basically teaching in the school system, to others who have families, and their children are basically coming back to us. They're bringing their children to us for more mentorship. We have 4 football teams in our organization in Evanston, 5 and 6-year-old teams, 7 and 8, 9 and 10, and 11 and 12. And it's the Evanston Bulldogs. We founded the Evanston Bulldogs on my front porch back in 1993. And so we're into our 31st year. And it's thriving. It's thriving. And our kids are taught basically how to get along with each other. Football is a good example of telling people you can get back at someone, but you had to do it within the rules. Someone hits you from behind in football, the referee is going to straighten it out. in life, if you see something that's not wrong, not right rather, then the police authorities can straighten it out. Never take things into your own hands. Basically, represent yourself as somebody who's knowledgeable, somebody who cares, and somebody who loves at all times. And so as Serve, Pride Program Manager, I've attended 743 homicide victims over the years. Their funerals, 743. I've done 168 eulogies of homicide victims. I look at the situation, it's not hopeless. What we have to do is just start loving each other again, caring for each other again, looking out for each other again. There are so many times when I've had to tell parents, your child won't be coming home. Can you imagine how devastating that is to that whole family, to that parent? Everyone in here who has a child, when that child was born, you had a dream for that child. What you wanted them to be, whether it was boy, girl, or whatever. You had plans for that child. But the first thing we need to do is just teach our children to love themselves. Stop causing harm to themselves. Stop doing things that might end them up in the penitentiary. Stop doing things that might end them up basically in a coffin somewhere. If you can love yourself, then you can love everyone else. You can love the God that created you. And so we try to show them that nothing wrong with loving you, nothing wrong with putting you first. But make sure that you're consistent in it. And so athletics is a good way that our children basically are growing as far as connecting with each other. But the main source is faith-based. And there's so many times when we were growing up, when the weekend came, Sunday morning, 9 o'clock, we all went to church. There was no bargaining. There was no I'm sick. We all went to church. And as a result, we learned some things. Mainly, we learned that no matter where you came from and who you were, that you could change your situation. And so I look at Charles and the work that he's done. I kind of lightweight mentored him, pretty much with mentoring
Been
himself
around a long time.
and mentoring others over the years. We've cried together, we've celebrated together, and we've talked together, we've mentored together. Because if we're gonna change things, it's gonna take not just one person. It's gonna take people coming together who are sick and tired of the funerals.
And speaking of change, I'd just like to share this. This is the purpose of this forum is for everyone here to help us come up with solutions. And this is an ongoing thing. So we want to pass this mic. If anybody have solutions, please feel free. Come and join us. If anybody want to share anything about their loved one, if anyone here want to share anything about their loved one, feel free. And we gonna do it like do a minute and pass the mic, cause
Yes.
stand up, come on.
My name is Carlton Brown. I'm with Busy One Entertainment. I'm also the CEO of African World Records. We're gonna bring all of our business and we're gonna open these opportunities up to all the youth, young adults in the community, from music contracts, acting in plays from Vulcan Forge. And I'd like to talk about a solution in the community. There's a great spirit called I Don't Care.
All right.
Right? And it is a great, powerful demon that is causing us to see each other as not worthy and not worth having life. But there is a solution, and it is called the fruits of the spirit, which is hope. So we're calling all of the business owners, 501c3s, black, all nationalities to come together so that we can put in grants and we can address your solutions. So at one at a time, if we can bring hope to a person, it will kill the spirit, I don't care, so our children who are the future can have life.
Thank you, Christ.
Amen.
Yeah, my name is Ronnie Lovett. Charles Wiley is my cousin. and I also had lost my son. I lost my son to gun violence in 2016, April 30th.
So I've had three. I'm sorry, three. Because my cousin also, my little cousin.
So yeah, it's an ongoing. These youth out here killing each other, and myself also. I'm merged with my cousin Charles, and we got a barbecue company that we're starting called Loud Smoke, and what I want to do is I want to help him with solutions. We're gonna donate part of the business, what we're doing, proceeds go towards helping Charles have solutions. I got a partner right there, Nick. Come on up.
All right.
This is my partner. I got another partner here. But we gotta find a way to stop killing each other.
That's right.
And the room ain't that crowded. It needs to be more people that care. And whatever solution we can come with, we're gonna get Charles 100% to try to
All right.
find a way.
And this
There you
is
go.
one of my solutions here. Is to start here, bring the community together, and we need to start reaching our young people, start reaching our community. You know, we need a commercial ran that they gonna see, where we can help them understand to be more conscious about what they're doing in our community. Because a lot of them don't even really realize what they're doing. They send a lot of this stuff from TV, from rap music, and just believing in what they're doing, and and they just doing it. But I want to say this also. Don't get me wrong. We have a lot of excellent, powerful people in our community. We have a lot of excellent, powerful youth in our community that's really handling their business. But as always, the bad seem to outweigh the good. So with that, if anyone else want to voice their opinion in words, and we're gonna continue this. So you guys out there watching, we just need solutions. Give me a call. Holler at me. 513-470-2139.
Yeah, my name is Michael Basie. I lost my son in 2020.
All right.
Time. Yes.
And even though he got shot 17 years before that in the head, the bullet was still enlarged and it caused complications, but I got to keep it for 17 years. And that's better than most of you all. And we got to do better. That's all we got. Yes.
All right.
This is what's going on in our community, young people. This is what y'all doing to us. We here for you. You taking from us. You taking from yourself.
My name is Antonio Smith. I'm gonna go a little bit on the opposite end of the spectrum. My father was murdered when I was 15. He's one of the unsolved homicides in Cincinnati still to this day. So the brother earlier spoke on the I don't care attitude. I developed that. And it took down to 30 years to actually take my life back from what happened to me when I was 15. So one of the solutions I believe is on the fathers. It goes back to each one, teach one. The fathers got to grab their sons. My son, 21, I still today call my son, check on his location. I still today will put my hands on my son if he's not doing accordingly to what the morals and values that I taught him. So it starts with the fathers, the absent fathers, the ones that's in the penitentiaries and all that. The brothers of them, the uncles, they gotta step up. We as men gotta step up because the women been doing their part forever, but they can't.
That's right.
It takes us. So to me, like I said, that's one of the solutions is the fathers stepping up, the men stepping up.
And I want to say, Tony, he just did my floors back here. He have his own company, and he's out here doing a lot. And if anybody needs floors, then I got to throw that out there because that's where he gets his peace of mind from, is giving back to the community. And he's out here working hard, and he could be one of those out here that's taken from our community. but he's not. He's giving back to our community by he became an entrepreneur. And I have this to say also, even 241 kids, I'm calling y'all out. Because I blame y'all also. Y'all done destroyed our community, whoever came up with that law. They should have made it more simple. Because yes, you know, parents now, you know, they can't even discipline they kids. So they get disciplined now by being out here in the community, thinking they God's gift of who they are walking the streets because they can't get whooped. Schools can't discipline. Schools can't yell at them. Schools can't get on them. And our parents up at the ones that you at the school fussing at the teachers. Sit down. Unless teachers doing your kid child wrong, sit down and let these teachers be teachers. 241 kids. You know the difference between abuse and somebody spanking somebody's butt because they deserve it. You know, and I'm gonna tell you, I got my two twice, that's about twice or whatever. They have little things, but I bust their butt. But my kids is doing great. But at the same time, I told them, you know, 241 kids call. When you call them, you move with them. It wasn't no abuse. You know, my mom got my butt so many times, and I know I deserved it. I deserved it. You know, but what if she wouldn't have bust my butt? By her busting my butt, that helped push me in the directions I needed to go. Reason why I'm doing what I'm doing today, because I had to deal with consequences. And I feared the consequences coming from my mom. So with that, 241 kids, please, our community has spoken on that. Go back to the table, you know, and it's gonna take years to really change this, you know, change it to where, you know, where it's gonna benefit. But man, some of these kids are out here. One guy shared this with me, the barber down the street, down next door. I was telling you about my son. He told me that he was at Walmart. It was some years ago, and he said it was this was a white lady. Her son had went in the store. He came out dribbling a basketball, and she made him go back in and take it. And she got his butt in the parking lot though. Somebody seen it and they called the police. Do you know they took her kid for 6 months? He needed that. Y'all helping destroy our youth. So with that,
Can I elaborate just a little more? Because we said, like, I call out the OGs too, the ex-felons and all that, because I am one. So I did participate in the destruction of things. I sold crack, I sold heroin, I did all that. I've done prison since I got 5 felonies. On the flip side of that coin, I'm a successful business owner that made 6 figures. So the hope is there for anybody to overcome and achieve their dreams, but it's gonna take the village once again to bring these kids back to where we need them to be.
Amen.
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 Facts.
You know, I can relate because I've been in ministry for 40 years. I'm 75 years old.
you look
But-
good, Pastor Mingo. Hey, come on, man. Look, and he's out here every day grinding, fighting the fight. And I just thank you because he was going when I called him. He had a funeral to go to, and he said, "Charles, I'm there. Look at that."
You know, and I can relate to the young man. I'm an ex-felon. 1974 to 1978. But then I messed around and fell in love with me. And when I fell in love with me, I stopped abusing me. I stopped cheating me of my heritage. I stopped cutting me. And since I started loving me, I began to love the things around me that God gave me. I've got 8 sons and 3 daughters. And one thing I taught them, and I'll continually say this to the day I leave here, love yourself and love your Creator. And never shortchange yourself. Always be the best that you can be. As I say, I've lost 4 brothers to gun violence. And I look at us because it's gotten to the point that our children can walk by a body and not even not even flinch. It's something they've gotten used to. And we need to basically get them used to hugging each other again, comforting each other. And I have to applaud Brother Charles because 241 kids have really made a negative effect on our families. I was in a meeting once where a young lady said, if you whoop your kids, you mess up their psyche. My mama whooped me at least 3 times a week and she never hit my psyche. And so what we need to do is go back to being families again, disciplining our children. Because if we don't, there's some things out there in that world that are waiting on them to destroy them. And we need to basically put our children first.
Come on up, sister.
Hi, my name is Marcia Battle. I did lose a cousin to violence. She was stabbed at the age of 14 by a 15-year-old. But what I really wanted to say is that I work in community organizing. So I have a nonprofit, A New You Rising, and we help people who are struggling to get over that hump. Because a lot of times we just need resources. We need to know where to go. But also I work in community organizing because it's not always just about what they're doing, but the reason behind why they're doing it. And we have a lot of people that are homeless. And that can cause a lot of ruckus. And so what we do in organizing is, it's like a village mentality. And as you said, we need to get back to the village. So what your neighbor does affects you, so we need to find that way to have that communication and have that support and help one another, love one another, show compassion to one another, and then pull together because we have more power than what we're utilizing. And we don't always have to take what somebody gives us. So when we talk about the politicians and decision makers, we don't always have to take what they're giving us. We have to learn how to speak together as one and tell them what we need.
Amen.
Amen.
Is anyone else?
I'd like to say something. Oh, you go. Yeah, brother, go ahead.
See, Charles. The flyer says a well-organized plan. The community come together for a plan, so that's number one. What's the root of the whole totality of what we're talking about? Economics, and I think you finally said money. Lord have mercy, why is he on the block? Money. Why are these shoes money? Why do we keep going to the same funerals and do the same speech? Money.
That's it.
He's on the block because he's poor. The brother just said the solution is money. So what must we first start doing? You only go through 5 states of your life: babies, children, teenagers, adults, and seniors. So what must we start teaching them at an early age? Economics. That's the key. That's the key. The brother just said we need to start teaching them at an early age. Not do you want to be, what do you enjoy doing? Let's create that atmosphere for you to make it out here in the system. Because the system is designed, see, if you're talking about all these programs, social, economic, political, you made a whole speech on dialing what station, what number on the phone. And I can assure you that most of them do not live in Indian Hill. Most of them do not live in no. You said when they get mad, kids dial what number for somebody social service coming in. Say it again.
241.
That's not working in Hyde Park. That's not working in Indian Hill. That's happening in Avondale, Bond Hill. Look at the numbers. Why? Economics. Nobody's talking about poverty. We should have somebody here right now. Everything people say to come with a well-executed plan so we can put it to those in power. Because that's the key.
And you know what? Brother Powell said that's the key, and I'm going to share this with you. That's the purpose. That's why I turned the center to a mentor and hub. You see my youth here? Look how focused they are. I train them chess. I train them how to speak. I'm a national diversity motivational speaker. I train them, these are gang members I did a workshop with. I train them carpentry, plumbing, electrical. I went to school to build houses. So I give them the gift that my mom and God gave me. And also, my kids know how to go get an LLC. They know how to get the LLC. They know how to get the tax ID number. I'm training them business. So when they turn 20, they can be like, man, Mr. C already showed me how to go get it the right way. I'm training my youth how to start their own business. If you want to start a painting company, you don't have to know how to paint. All you need to know what to do is how to get others to come in and paint with that vision. As long as your personality is right and your character's right, you're gonna be able to draw people to you. That's what, man, look at these kids, they focus. I'm giving them the game, the real game. That's economics. I just had my first class, my first 6-week critical thinking class, graduate from right here on stage where they received the certificate. In 6 weeks, I trained them how to play chess. I had kids in here, they didn't even know the difference. I'm talking about seniors, juniors, they didn't even know the difference between a Phillips screwdriver and a flathead screwdriver. They have a packet with their certificate in it. So now, when they pull that out when they turn 20, they're gonna know how to start their own business. That people paying thousands of dollars for it. So with that, I got food for y'all guys. You know, I'm gonna take care of you. We got some food, man. Make sure y'all eat. Anybody got anything else to say? I thought my man Tay was gonna do something for us.
Yeah, Taybo's gonna perform for us. Where Taybo at?
He got,
Come on, Taybo.
he probably cause
I'm
the
the
show ain't over yet, so we only got a few minutes.
Okay.
While you you gotta set his music, right? Or he good? You just gonna
Just play it off
freestyle?
YouTube, and he can, I have you on.
I ain't got nothing.
Can you put YouTube up?
It's cool, Mr. Wiley.
Yeah, he's freestyle too. He's all of that.
You should've had that
That's
set up.
Taybo Notes. I was gonna introduce him.
Hey, how's everybody doing? My name is Ace.
Turn it out.
Shadow Village Productions. I work with Shadow Village Productions, Busy One Entertainment, ABD Productions, and I just want to say, when it comes to the community, there's something that we all need to address. There's always a stigma behind it, that being mental health, and I feel like that is the root cause for a lot of issues. We really need to fight the stigma of mental health. I've been recently diagnosed with bipolar disorder too, and I feel like just that diagnosis alone just provided me enough self-awareness to know where I need to make changes, where I need to take that step forward. And so I would urge everybody in the community to just seek help. Seek help, figure out what is going on in your own mind. That way you can start taking the steps to fix yourself and also motivating others to do the same. That level of vulnerability changes things.
Now he just hit something that I didn't mention. I train my youth. I have a 10-point program that helps people overcome depression, anxiety, suicidal thoughts. I went through a phase in my life dealing with systemic racism in corporate America where I did want to give up. And God showed me a 10-point program. The number one step is reach out and talk to a close friend, talk to a doctor, psychiatrist, talk to someone. Don't hold it inside, because when you hold it inside, it turns into poison, and it makes it worse. My number two is you have to face that fear. You have to face what caused that, and you deal with it in a safe manner. So I have 10 points programs, and I have positive affirmation cards. That's a spin-off from my book, We Were Born to Win, To God Be the Glory. So with that, what that does, they're in the cards. So I'm giving them knowledge without them realizing, because the thing is when you're going through something in life, when you walk around saying, I can't win, I'm a loser, I'm a nobody, when you change your way of thinking like you did and say, I'm powerful, I'm creative, I can accomplish anything. If Mr. Wiley can change and do this, I can definitely do it. So that's what my positive affirmation cards is about. Then I have the Black History cards, because while I was going through what I was going through, I wasn't realizing how powerful we are. We have so many great inventors that our kids don't know about because it's not in the school. I have cards, playing cards, so when they read these and playing, they're like, man, I didn't know a black lady invented the cameras when you're walking in, and I see you on camera, the security cameras. I didn't know a black man invented the closing elevator doors. I didn't know a black person created the red lights. We got power. So when they understand how powerful they are, that helps them change their mode also. So with that, our show is about over. You guys, right here, and Let's Get It Productions. I'm giving our youth, this is my number one right here, I'm giving them the juice. And it was very hard for me to do my 2 sessions last week from dealing with my son, but life moves on. And with that, I'll just thank you guys for coming out, all right?
Hey, y'all, hey, everybody, how's my brother, hey, Minister Earl, we love you, we got to do a photo op with you. Hey, But I'm from Busy One Entertainment. I'm also the CEO of African World Records. You know, I want to introduce a reflection of the future, a gentleman with talent beyond belief who can do all type of music from country to rock to soul, and he comes with a spirit of not destruction in his music. His name is Tebo Notes, T-E-B-O Notes. You can follow him on all music platforms. Hey man, he get ready to turn it out. Shout out and one love to my brother. Here he is, Tebo Notes.
How y'all doing today?
All right.
Good to see y'all. This song is called Precious Time, because we all have short time or a lot of time, but we can't waste it, you know what I mean? So, let y'all hear it, girl.
Precious time was wasted. I'm
Yeah, they say it, y'all.
feel like I'm debating.
So patient,
Time was
time was
wasted.
wasted.
And I
I
stay
stay
patient. 'Cause I've been patient. But I'm impatient.
Precious time is wasted.
And I'm impatient. But I'm impatient. Feel like I'm debating. 'Cause time was wasted. And I stay patient. 'Cause I've been patient. But I'm impatient.
Cause it's been slow when I'm gon' blow. I got people hating me, and I don't know what for. Look, but I ain't scared of nothing, cause I keep the folk old and let them know that I ain't bluffing. I got no time for discuss, cause people act straight disgusting. And they don't even know me just cause my flows they be touching. These artists that seem so phony, look, they trying to stop my shine. But I'm loaded like Sony, fast Sonic on the grind. No pause or rewind, time to ball for me now. So why am I busy? Cause my nerves is bad, I don't smoke basic. You only see that green smoke coming up out my face, and they give the police another reason to try to tase them. Plus I'm hell of a poverty, man, selling this bacon, sipping Hennessy, yeah, it's with no chaser. Plus I know I ain't nowhere ready yet for my makeup, but what the industry take, a real figure, no faker. I think they gon' debate it. Precious time be wasted for us, y'all.
Feel like I'm debating.
Cause time is wasted.
And I stay
I use the mic, this is the late.
but I'm impatient.
Precious time is wasted and I'm impatient, but I've been patient. Seem like I'm debating, cause time is wasted and I stay patient, cause I've been patient, but I'm impatient now. I need you to do this for me. Whenever you feel like times is hard, just sit down and take that knee. Say that good prayer, cause whenever you feel you need to shed a tear, say a prayer and he'll be there. Whenever you feel you need to shed a tear, say a prayer and he'll be there. Life's precious, and I feel like I've been waiting on the buster, trying to get my money right, looking for a hustle. Dodging beef cause the sword be my muscle. And many men just wanna see Tabo struggle. Touch him, I'm the commander, I'm an executive, I'm the chief. I'm the artist who the head dictator on this beat. And I'm master in the track, call me ruler, call me sheep. I'm the king in my house, and my boo be my queen. Notes a boss, who the captain that be running through the streets. Who would say it real loud through his 32 teeth. For the haters that be snakes in the crooked police. No time to debate, cause they coming for a G. Yeah, heard that. Yeah, appreciate y'all. Like the mic on this
Thank y'all. But that's the end of our show, man. I got food back here for you, but I got the brothers of Nation of Islam just came in, but they gonna be with it. They gonna be with us when we come up with some solutions. So I'll be hitting you up a little sooner. It was last minute when I hit you up, brother. You wanna come up and say a few words for me?
The views and opinions expressed by the host and or guest on this show are not that of Busy One Radio.
Durham, Minister Durham.
Very serious. Views and opinions are broadcast.
I got one person that's bringing something to me, and I want to express it from the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And foremost, I want to give you all greetings of peace. Assalamu alaikum. There's no greater word that we can express to one another, especially in the condition that we have been placed in. And when someone comes with you with this word of Assalamu alaikum, which in it is a prayer. And there's no greater love that a person can have for you is outside of other than praying for you, and especially in the condition of the world today. Yes, we are doing things to ourselves that are very devastating to us personally and mentally, only meaning that we're operating outside of the nature of the original people who God put us in. We are original by nature. We are acting other than ourselves. Yes, our young people, some of us may say they're beside themselves. But what can you expect when you are brought into a world to be a slave? They will never free you from the slavery mentality that they wanted to put you in, not for one generation, not for two generations, but there's a promise by some of them that I will be able to make you a slave for 300 to 1,000 years. We are suffering under the mentality of the philosophy of making a slave, and they're never going to stop there. There is a saying, the first person you gotta love is yourself. And if I can destroy self-love, I can destroy everything that comes with it. Although the Bible says the first person that you have to love is God with all your heart, God with all your mind and your soul. But if you don't love yourself, how could you find a way to love God? It's not an accident that our children are like they are. It's not an accident that we came up like we came up. Fortunately, God has always sent us somebody. We love Malcolm because he attached himself to a word that took a thug and made a God out of him. He recognized the value of himself. Malcolm did not say before he became a righteous person, we have bamboozled, hoodwinked, and tricked. He said that after he learned about who he was and where he came from. There's a statement, and I'm gonna reach for this statement. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad asked, who is the original man? Yes, sir. He said the original man is the Asiatic black man, the maker, the owner, the cream of the pearl, God of the universe. What is the population of the original nation? He says it's 17 million. With the 2 million Indians, and the reason I'm saying that is because oftentimes when we look at our brothers as Native Americans, we see them different than we see ourselves. When we look at our Hispanic brothers, we see them different than we see ourselves. But that is the damage when somebody puts you under the philosophy and the pathology of being a slave. You don't see value in each other. You don't see the structure of the family. The family is only tinted on how dark you are, but that's not true. Our family is deeper than that. So in this book, I want to read something to you, and then you look at where the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and see does it prove itself to be evident in this present time. The other thing I would like for you to do is, there is a methodology and
Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it.